This tutorial will show you how to use the budget form for 5 New Hampshire State Council on the Arts grant programs. This form should be used for the following programs: Artists in Residence, Youth Arts Projects, Arts in Health, Arts for Community Engagement, and Traditional Arts Project Grants. So, one of the most important fields on this form is this orange line, where you are required to type your name. This is the name that you used on the application, and it's very, very important that you include it. We receive a lot of applications, a lot of budget forms, and you'd be surprised how many people don't include their names on their budget forms. When we download all of this stuff, if there isn't a name on everything, there's a chance that it could get lost. So please make sure that you include your name on this form. This is the Excel version of the form, and the Excel version is great because it does the math for you. We do have a fillable PDF version available as well, but that doesn't do the math. Of course, you always want to double check your math before you submit the form, but the Excel version is very handy. A little note: do not use dollar signs or commas or dots or periods in your dollar amounts. If you do that, your budget will not total correctly. The formulas won't work. So as we go into the income section, the first thing you need to type in is how much you're asking for from us. When you do that, if you tab over, you will see that that $6,000 that I typed in shows up in the total income section. Then you want to tell us where the rest of your income is coming from. And there are a large number of options here. If you are receiving corporate contributions or contributions from private foundations, you need to list them for us. You need to identify them. If you need more rows, we've given you 3 rows in each section. If you need more rows, please reach out to your grant program coordinator. Tell us how many rows you need, and we will send you an updated form. It's best for us to update these forms to help you. You updating them may upset the formulas and cause the math not to work. So you want to identify your corporate and private foundations. If you're getting money from a PTO, federal government, another branch of state government, any local government support, any cash that your organization is kicking into the project. And then if you have any other revenue, you want to list it here as well. And again, we've given you 4 rows here. If you need more, please reach out to us. So on both the income and expense side of the budget is a column for in-kind support. In-kind support is the value of support that you are receiving from a volunteer or volunteers. And it's important that you tell us this. And so you will include that support on both the income and the expense side of the budget. So let's say you're getting some volunteer help from members of your PTO. And let's say they're going to do advertising for you. They're going to give you that. You want to put in the value of that. And let's say they're going to buy like $1,000 worth of ads for you. And they're donating that. Instead of giving you the cash, they're going to do it directly. So you put that in the in-kind column. And then you would put it in the expense side of the budget also, because it's an expense. You may not be paying for it directly, but it's being paid for. There's more information here at the bottom of the form about in-kind, and if you have more questions about that, please contact your grant coordinator. So the expense side of the budget is pretty straightforward as well. But we want to know how much of each expense the grant is going to cover and how much is not going to be covered by the grant. So you'll just have to, go through each expense and that you have, and we've given you a number to choose from here. And if you have other expenses, we've also given you a good series of rows here to identify what those expenses are. And so the page will do the math for you, and you can also include notes. You can include notes on your income side, the expense side. We've got a nice big block that you can type in right here. So if you have notes to explain things a little bit better for us so that we understand your budget, feel free to use those fields. So now I'm going to show you how to save this document as a PDF. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a document. And ideally, when you save it as an Excel spreadsheet first, you want to name it. And we suggest that you use your organization's name as the file name. To save it as a PDF, you're not going to do Save As. You're going to go to Print. And when the Print dialog comes up on your computer, you're going to click PDF and Save as PDF. And when you do that, it will offer you a place to save the document. And again, name it properly so that it's easy to identify for you and for us. So that's the budget form. Please reach out if you have questions. We want to help you fill out this form successfully. Thank you so much.